In this video we are going to create a standalone version for the stochastic oscillator. This is a very simple oscillator. Whenever the two lines cross below the lower line here, that would be a buy signal. And whenever the two lines cross above, that would be a sell signal. This expert advisor is actually going to trade, and we will see the signal here on the chart. Now, how can we create an expert advisor for the stochastics indicator? To do that, please click on the little button here or press F4. And now you should see the Metaeditor window, and here you want to click on File, New, Expert Advisor from Template, Continue. I will call this version SimpleStochasticStandaloneEA. Click on Continue, Continue, and Finish. And now we can delete everything above the OnTick function and the two command lines here. First we want to include the file trade MQH, and we want to create an instance of the class C trade. Let's call that one trade. Inside the OnTick function we create a string for the signal. That is called signal, and we don't assign a value now because we need to calculate that later on. To really trade something we need to calculate the ask and the bid price. That is done by using symbol info double for the current symbol on the chart, and we use symbol underscore ask to get the ask price and symbol underscore bid to get the bid price. And with normalized double and underscore digits we get the right number of digits. This currency pair has 3 digits and other currency pairs may have 5 digits. And that's a way to calculate the right value. Now we need two arrays. The first one is called K array, the second one D array. And when you click on Insert, Indicators, Oscillators, Stochastic Oscillator, you would see the same period values here. 5 for the K period and 3 for the D period. So we use array set series to sort the K array and the D array from the current candle downwards. And now we can call the iStochastic function that is included with MQL5 for the current symbol and the current period. Here are our values, 5, 3 and another 3. That's K period, D period and slowing. We use mode underscore SMA. And STO underscore low high, that's the method here. SMA stands for simple moving average. And price field is low high. Let's fill the array with copy buffer. The first one is for the first buffer, that's buffer 0. That's for the K array. The second one is for buffer 1, that's for the D array. We start at candle 0 and fill it for 3 candles. And that makes it possible to calculate the current K value by looking at the value of candle 0 of the K array and the current D value by looking at the candle 0 of the D array. And because we need to find out if we had a crossover, we also do the same and calculate the same values for candle 1. And the buy signal would be true if both values are below 20. So that's the case when both lines are below the dotted line here. So K value 0 would be less than 20 and D value 0 would also be less than 20. And if the K value has crossed the D value from below, so now K value 0 would be bigger than D value 0, but K value 1 was below D value 1. That would be a buy signal, so we assign the word buy to our signal. We also have the sell signal. That's if both values are above 80. That would be the case when both lines are above the upper dotted line here. And if the K value has crossed the D value from above, so K value 0 is below D value 0, but K value 1 was above D value 1, that would be a sell signal, so we assign the word sell to our signal. And if the signal equals sell and we have no open positions, so positions total is less than 1, we use trade.sell to sell 10 microlot. In the other case, if the signal equals buy and we have no open positions, we use trade.buy to buy 10 microlot. And finally, we are going to create a chart output by using the command function that will output the words "the current signal is" and "the calculated signal." Okay? Don't forget the last bracket here. Click on compile or press F7. And now you should see no errors and no warnings here. And in that case, you can click here on the little button or press F4 to go back to MetaTrader. And in MetaTrader, we click on View, Strategy Tester, or press Ctrl and R. Let's pick the file SimpleStochasticStandaloneEA.ex5, mark the visualization option here and start a test. And here we see our little expert advisor. It is actually opening trades like this one. And now you know how to automate an expert advisor that is able to trade the stochastic oscillator, and you have coded it yourself with a few lines of MQL5 code.